friends. Welcome to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host, Julie Jancis. I'm an angel messenger. I have the gift of connecting with your angels, guides, and loved ones on the other side and bringing through their healing messages to my clients every day. Today on the podcast, we are talking about co-creation and manifestation. What are the differences between the two? Is it supposed to be easy to manifest your future? And how do you do it? How do you get from conceptualizing a goal within your mind to actually achieving where you want to be in the future? My intention for you in today's podcast is that you walk away understanding the difference between co-creation and manifestation, and that you walk away from today's podcast with tools that you can use and you can implement into your life to help you achieve the goals and create the future that you want to be living. Because let me tell you, my friends, all of those aspirations that are lying within your heart, they are there for a reason. And God, universe, source, all that is, I am, the energy of all that is wants you to realize those aspirations of your heart. They want you to be living your best life. And your angels, your guides, and your loved ones are here to help you every step of the way, to help you get there and achieve those goals. So if ever there was a time to share this podcast with a friend, this is it. This is the one that your friend needs to hear so that they understand and they have the tools to be able to do this for themselves as well. Before we begin, I just want to let you know that anybody who's interested in the Angel School, it's coming up September 21st and September 22nd. In the Angel School, you become a Reiki master teacher with a certification. You also become a certified angel messenger who is able to bring through messages from angels, guides, and loved ones, not only for yourself, but for other people as well. If you are interested in this, you can find all of the details on my website, www.jancis.com. That's my last name, JANCIUS.com. Friends, I also keep forgetting to mention that I put up a YouTube channel and I don't have barely any subscribers over there right now. It's brand new. I'm going to be putting up informative videos teaching you different topics about energy healing, giving you tools that you can use in your life. If you would do me the great favor of going over to my YouTube channel, Julie Jancis, Angels and Awakening, and subscribing over there, I would so appreciate it. Also, on YouTube, all of the podcasts go over there as well. So if you know somebody who you think would love this podcast, but they're not podcast people or they don't know how to use the technology to find the podcast, that's okay. Send them over to the YouTube link. The link is in the show notes below, and you can have them just listen on YouTube. Okay, so diving into co-creation and manifestation. I have some stories to share with you to illustrate what the angels have to share today using my own life. So we're going to open up a lot of this wide open, and then we're going to come to it at the middle to end and wrap it all up. And then at the end, that is where I'm going to show you all of the tools that I want you to use to create the future that you want to be living here on Earth, okay? So my first story is this. When I was fresh out of college, I had an amazingly fun job working for a university in their alumni office. And when the person who ran the travel programs, because at a lot of universities they have these alumni travel trips, you can go with fellow alums all over the world and just get to see the world with people you know. So fresh into my career, when they had so many people that they needed a second bus on these trips around the world, I got to go. And I only got to go on 2 of them, but I just thought it was the most fun thing. And I really had this incredible angel experience on one of them while I was at the airport. So I was going to England. We were at the airport. I was with this alumni group, and we had some time to eat dinner in the airport before the flight took off. Well, while we were at the airport, it was just slammed. This was one of the busiest times that I've seen O'Hare Airport. And when we went to get dinner, there were basically no seats around. So I remember going up to this one guy's table and just feeling directed to sit by him and saying, would it be okay if I sat down here and just ate next to you? There's just no other space. So he kindly let me sit there, and we got to talking. And it turned out that he was a public speaker, went around the country, around the world even, talking about the law of attraction, how we manifest what we want for our futures. And he gave me a formula, a recipe of how we do this. It's basically the recipe for transmitting written energy into your future. Now, he didn't say it this way, but I've been using the formula that he's given me my entire life since I met him in my early 20s. And let me tell you, it works without a shadow of a doubt. His formula, which he took off of others in the past, it definitely works. And I used this formula to get a job that I really wanted and to work my way up in my career. So many of you know I had to pause in my career and take a step back when Elle was born. We didn't expect her to have any medical issues, but when Elle was born, she was a very medically complex child, and we were in and out of the hospital the entire first 6 months, but really the first year, and she didn't begin eating by mouth until she was 3 years old. And so it was every day staying home, blending her foods to put through her tubey tube in her tummy. And that was my life. From there, I was able to get a job in marketing at the local Easter Seals agency because we were in there so much. They needed somebody to help with marketing, which I knew, and I got in there. And while I was so grateful for that position, it wasn't in my heart where I wanted to be. I wanted to be back working with alumni at a college or university. And so I kept checking the websites, right, to see if jobs were popping up around the area. There are a lot of universities, a lot of colleges. So I was constantly checking to see if anything was popping up. And I decided one day to write out exactly what I wanted. I wanted to be within 5 miles of home. I wanted to have a certain title. I wanted to have a team underneath me that was working for me. I wanted to have a specific salary. So I wrote out all of these very specific things in the formula that I'm going to give you at the end. So I wrote it all out. I posted it right above my bed. Even though it looked funky, I covered it up with my pillow every day because it was pinned to my headboard, but my pillow would cover it when I made my bed. That way I kept it a secret and nobody could tell what I was doing, right? When we had people over. So anyway, a job came open and I was like, this is it. This is for sure the one. It wasn't in alumni, but it was in working for the foundation at a local college, fundraising. So I applied. It met all of the criteria that I wanted it to meet. It was close to home. I would have a team underneath me. It was the salary I wanted. It was the title I wanted. And so I applied and I felt totally disappointed and totally in shock when I didn't get the position. And I actually let it go. I let go of holding on with such a tight grasp of it. And lo and behold, not even 4 months later, another position came up working in the alumni field, which was what I had posted, with all of the criteria that I had listed down. And I applied and I got that position. Now, this is a great college, this is a great place, but it wasn't the right fit for me. And here's where we come in to manifestation versus co-creation. What I was doing right there by saying, I want to work 5 minutes from home, I want this salary, this job title, a team beneath me, I was manifesting, okay? And manifesting does work. I had on paper so much success. I mean, when you have that title and that salary, everything, it looks like so much success from the outside. But it was not the place that was best for me to be, okay? So when we manifest, we can use the tool I'm going to give you and say, I don't want to hear what you have to say, God. I don't want to hear what you have to say, universe, source. I just want what I want, and this is it. I want this, 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 and this. Please bring me this. And you're going to see the formula and how you use it. But when you manifest, you are not opening up yourself to the universe, to God, to say, what is it that you want for me? I'm going to take a time out here. I'm going to say, what is it that you want for me? Because I don't want to just be here shooting in the dark, right? I want to be working for you, God. I want to be here working for you, universe. Please use whatever word or term resonates most with you. Because when we do say that, that is co-creation. It's a very slight difference, but the difference between manifestation and co-creation is simply this. It's the intention that you are saying to the universe, to God, that I am here to help you achieve what you need to achieve for the highest good of all humanity. Now we can get where we want to go and we can work our lives away for abundance in finances. That's great. But what happens when you go and you don't know when it's your time? When it's your time and you go, you leave it all here. So when we work towards abundance and when you use manifestation, you will get where you want to go. But for what purpose? Are you doing it for you to build up a huge bank account, to have the house that you want to live in, to have that title or salary? Because when you get there, you think like I did, like that is going to make you worthy as an individual, as a human being, because it's not. And when you get to those places and you get the material wealth, whatever it is that your heart is so set on, what you're going to find is that there's still emptiness there. There is still emptiness there. I believe this is me working with the other side, me working with my clients, and just kind of bringing through to you what I've seen. This year, it'll be 1,000 sessions in 1 year. And you see patterns throughout all of this, okay? And I can't tell you how strong, how powerful the energy of intention is. The energy of intention says whether or not it is for you. My intention is to get a big house so that everybody knows the power that I have, right? Or my intention is to serve this world and to help everybody in it, to help benefit as many people as I can for the betterment of all humanity. There's a very big, huge difference in those two intentions. And it's not that one isn't going to work for you that you're not going to get where you're going, because let me tell you, manifestation does work. If you use it to get that big house, you're gonna have that big house. But let's say that intention is the foundational energy that holds your dreams up, okay? So if your dreams are held up with the intention of just you serving yourself, let me tell you, that doesn't hold up for very long. That is a very weak, intentional foundation to your dreams, to your future. And while you may get where you are going, it doesn't hold up. It doesn't keep you there for forever, okay? And you may be saying, well, Julie, I'm already there. I manifested. I wanted this for myself, and now I'm here. Great. Now shift your intention over to servitude. How can you help other people? Because when we have the intention of either service or giving our lives in part over to God and saying, I remember using this even when I was a little girl and saying, God, my life is not my own. I want you to take my life, to shape my entire life, and to use my being here on earth to serve as many people as you can. So when whatever comes up, okay, in my entire life, I remember always talking to God and saying this, I don't care. I don't care what happens. You take my life and you use it in any way you can to help as many people as you can, okay? And when it comes to my career, with the exception of this one story that I just told you of working and using manifestation to get the salary, title, team, with the one exception of using manifestation for that, all of the other things that I had done in my career were with the intention of servitude. So when we have the intention of service, when we have the intention of serving God or people here on earth, and again, God, universe, source, I am, all that is, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same thing. When we have the intention of service, it's like a concrete, strong foundation that then our dreams are built on, our future is built on, okay? When you understand energy and energy healing and you get into and feel these energies within people, you can feel how different the energy and really how weak the energy of intention for yourself is. It almost feels cracked. It feels flawed. It feels like it could crumble, okay? When you feel into the intention of service, it is rock strong, gold strong. It cannot be broken. I mean, if you try and tap on it, you'd hurt yourself. That's how strong it feels. And this isn't something that I've heard people say other places. This is just me reporting on, over 1,000 sessions now with people and feeling into their energy and just seeing patterns working with so many different people. The other thing that I get a lot of questions on when it comes to the law of attraction, co-creation, and manifestation is this. Is it supposed to be easy? The answer to that is both yes and no. You are always supposed to be in flow, in alignment, in that higher vibration, shifting into it as much as you can throughout your day. Because when you are in that energy, that is the energy of the other side. That is the energy of all that is connected to every piece of information of everything, everywhere. All of the answers, all of the future, past, because there is no time on the other side. It's all held within God energy, right? So when you are in alignment, when you're in flow, when you are connected through high vibration, when you're in the now, You are connected to all that is. You are connected to all of the answers you'll ever need. And from that place, that force of energy, which is all that is, can make anything happen at any time. Okay? So my angels are taking me back and flashing this memory that I have of the movie The Secret. And who is the author in The Secret who wrote the Chicken Soup for the Soul books? And remember in the movie The Secret, he says he had this idea for the Chicken Soup for the Soul books, but he didn't know how he was going to get it published. He was at just some random event. This person came up to him afterwards and said that they were a publisher. And it was like, ding, 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 ding. That is your angel team. That was his angel team bringing him what he needed, putting the person in his path that could help him and his family get this book off the ground. Because why? Those Chicken Soup for the Soul books had so much intentional energy of serving this world. They brought hope in, they brought peace and love in, because that's all the stories were. They were love, joy, peace, bliss, ease, right? So the intention that he was holding was for service. And when he was holding that intention for serving others, he was in flow, he was in alignment, and his spirit team brought him the people, like it fell into his lap, right? The people that he needed to make his future dreams a reality. I had this happen myself when I decided to leave my job, the job that was bad for me because I only took it for the money, right? The one that I just told you about. And I knew it wasn't right. I knew I had to get out. And I don't know if I've ever really told anybody this, but I left before I had another position lined up. And I had never done that before in my life. It was the absolute scariest thing that had ever happened to me. And yet at the same time, I had this feeling of just complete and utter peace, that my angels were surrounding me, that it was all going to be okay. And I kept hearing that. So instead of going into fear energy, I was able to take myself out of that fear energy by holding on to this picture of my spirit team, bringing it all together for me. Just holding on to this future space of, I don't know what it is, but I'm here to serve other people, and I know that God is going to bring me the right opportunity. And I don't always encourage just waiting for something to pop into your lap, right? We have to do work, and by all means, I was applying to other positions at this time. But out of the blue, a friend that I had worked with at a former job called me up and she said, this job is only part-time. It's about 20 hours a week. You'd get to work from home though. You'd get to drop your daughter off and there is no office. So it's only working from home. Would you be interested in considering it? And it was the perfect position, right? Because it gave me the opportunity to have a steady income still coming in to support my family. It gave me the time that I wanted to spend with my daughter, service to her. And yet it also gave me the opportunity in those 20 hours a week to be able to start up my own business. And the intention of my own business has always been just service. So that right there also demonstrates the differences between co-creation and manifestation. Is it supposed to be easy? In some ways, co-creation is easier, right? Not that it's always going to drop into your lap, but that you expect miracles. When you are in alignment and flow, when you're connected to that high vibration, there is nothing that the other side can't do. They can move mountains. They can do anything because you have your heart open. Think of it like the gate on a castle, right? Your heart is just completely wide open. And you are expecting them to move those mountains. You are expecting them to bring in those unexpected blessings. You might say, I don't know what you have for me today, God. I am in service to you, whatever I need to do. And I expect that you are just going to show me miracles unfold today and watch it happen. It might not happen in your time, but you will see it happen. So manifestation is you going after what you want for the intention of you serving yourself. Okay? Co-creation is basically the exact same thing, except for two parts. You are in co-creation with I am, all that is, God on the other side. And you are saying, universe, all that is, you know what is right for my future. You know what the best purpose is for me here to serve all of humanity. I want to do that so that I help you in every way I can while I am living and breathing here. Co-creation is also just that of servitude for others, not servitude for yourself. So is it easy? Yes, when you're in alignment, when you're in flow, when you're in high vibration. But some people believe that because it is easy, it doesn't mean that you have to do the work, right? And it's not that you're going to do too much work where you come out of alignment, out of flow, but it does mean that you have to put in the effort. Maybe it's the effort to keep your energy clear. Maybe it's the effort to just start chipping away at things. And what I get from people a lot is they'll say, but I don't know where to even begin. Okay, with co-creation, God, universe, source, they're not going to take you so far away from the things that you know. If you are in midlife and you say, these are the things that I know how to do, this is what is inside my heart. Look at all of that, because oftentimes you'll find that it's like a breadcrumb trail to what they're trying to show you. If what is really in your heart is that you love music more than anything, how can you have a career in music and also serve others? Let's take a big musician, for example. Think of the biggest musician, your most favorite musician, and if that person's only intention is them serving themselves with their music by selling the most number of copies, by getting the biggest bank account, by having the biggest house, that is a very different intention, and it's going to yield very different results over time because the foundation is cracked, versus somebody who says, I love music. I want to make other people happy and bring joy into other people's day by producing music that will give that to them. I want to start a foundation with the money that I make and help other musicians succeed or keep music in the school. That is a solid foundation of intentional energy. And it's really the same in any different career that you could go into. If what is in your heart is nursing, it's there for a reason. If what is in your heart is accounting, it's there for a reason. If you want to start your own business, if you want to be an entrepreneur, it's there for a reason. If you love Reiki or energy healing, it's there for a reason. You are a healer. So what is it? What is it that you want to do? Because so often we think that we're not going to be able to make money and pay our bills. Most people are just simply concerned with that. It is this fear energy that comes in and says, well, if you do what you really want to do in this life, you're not going to have enough money to eat. You're not going to have enough money to support your family. You're not going to have the money for this, that, and the other. That is not true. And where co-creation comes in is God wants you to live out the dreams that are in your heart. It's not that everybody needs to say, well, I'm in service to everyone here in the world, so I'm just going to go join the Peace Corps, or I'm just going to go do this or do that. Peace Corps is wonderful. Helping with charities are wonderful, but you can create a servitude intention in any different career that you want to go into, any different work in this lifetime that you want to do. And it's not outside of you. It can't be outside of you, because your purpose, you can identify it with light energy, and it's connected to the light energy of your soul. So it is with you. It gnaws on you. It calls to you. It's the stuff that you could spend your entire days doing. And you might think to yourself, well, I just like to work out. I just like to work out a lot. Or I just like to cook. You can make a career out of those things. You can make a life, a beautiful life for yourself out of those things, doing what you love, serving other people. When it comes to co-creation, I'm going to use myself as an example here. When it comes to co-creation, one of the things that I have asked my spirit team for in the future, and some of you might think this is selfish, but I have said, if it is in your will, in my future, to have a lake house that I can invite people up to do retreats and to just be a peaceful center that I can serve other people through, that I can derive inspiration from, to write. However, I can use this lake house to help other people. But I would love to have, a lake house, if it is in your will, God, in my future. And I don't have it yet, but I use the power of co-creation to really foresee that lake house coming into my life, the great memories that my students and I, that my family and I will create there. And what I see a lot of people doing when they hold the energy of creation, they tend to bring in so much fear energy. So take the example that I just gave you of the lake house. A lot of people hold the energy of what they don't want, or they hold the energy of fear. And how that plays out is they'll end up thinking to themselves, I'm never going to have it. That lake house is just never going to happen. They can't see it coming to them. They can't see themselves bringing it into their lives. They can't really see it in the future. They just see this fear energy of it's not going to happen for me. And then they get down on themselves. Maybe they even look on Facebook and they see other people at their lake houses over the summer. And they say, see? Inside their head, their egoic mind is saying, see, other people are worthy of this. You are not. You are never going to have this. And what happens there is this energy of fear. When we allow these thoughts to talk negatively to us within our being, what happens is, if there was an energetic road between you and that lake house that you were co-creating, you now just put like a brick or concrete huge wall in front of this entire pathway from you to this lake house. And this brick, solid or concrete wall, it doesn't serve you. The more we allow those thoughts to run rampant and within our egoic mind, the more that we attach to them and go deeper into them and think, you're right, I'm never going to have this. so-and-so over there has it, and I see their pictures all the time on Facebook, and it must be really nice to have that, but I'm never going to have that. Why do they get that and not me? The more that we attach and go deeper into this thought, the bigger and bigger that brick wall gets. Now, it's not impossible to remove that brick wall, but if you've heard the saying, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, this is more like 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, okay? Or 2 steps forward, 1.5 step back. You're really coming back farther. The tool that I'm about to share with you is to give you the power to override that fear so that you are not building brick walls in your pathway, that you have a clear, energetic pathway from you to what you are co-creating with the other side. And so that you are more like taking 5 steps forward, 1 step back. 5 steps forward, 1 step back. We want to get you farther, faster. Now, friends, if this is something that you've been working on in your life, I want to hear your stories. Or if you've got questions about this, hop on over to social media. You can find me at Instagram and Facebook at Angel Podcast. That's the @ Angel Podcast. Follow me, like me over there so that you receive the daily angel messages and you can receive the encouragement that I post over there to help you co-create the life that you want to be living. And while you're over there, if you're on Facebook, join our group, Angels and Awakening Podcast Tribe. Join us over there for heartwarming stories and angel messages too. Also, if you like the information that we're sharing, please tell a friend and leave us 5 stars. If you're getting benefit out of today's free podcast, leave us 5 stars. And as an added bonus, if you leave a review on iTunes, our Facebook page, or Google business page, we'll enter you into a free monthly drawing to win a free session. Don't forget to email me a screenshot of that review so that I have a way of contacting you when you win. Okay, are you ready for it? I am going to give you the formula for how you co-create the dreams that you have for your future. You got to remember what I was saying in the other podcast a couple weeks ago. Think of it this way because it's true. The energy in the air is alive, okay? And even though you can't see it, think about it. The energy in the air, the stuff that you can't even see, it keeps you alive. It fills your lungs every moment of every day, keeping you alive. So think about it this way. That invisible energy within the air in front of you is taking you one direction or another. You absolutely have the right and the power to co-create with the other side. And not only that, but they want you to co-create. They want you to have the things that you want in the future. They just want you to also use it to help others here too. Okay, so the steps with co-creation. Step number 1 is identify your goal. What is it that's in your heart? Now, this is little stuff. This could be big stuff. But what the other side wants you to know is that they want you to have the desires of your heart. They want you to fulfill your purpose here. They want you to do the things that you want to do. They just want you to do them also with servitude in mind. But we're going to get to servitude in step 2. Step 1 is just identifying what is in your heart. What are the joys? What are the things that really spark your heart and make you go, yes, I love this work. I could do this work no matter what it is for forever. What are the little whispers that you've been getting? You know, we have little goals too. Maybe one of your little goals is I want to wake up in the morning and maximize my morning hours. I want to create a better morning routine for myself. So first, just identify what it is that you want. What is your goal? That's step one. Step two is see the servitude in it, okay? We can see the servitude in the big goals. We can see the servitude in the little goals. In what way does this goal serve God or serve others? Well, let's go back to that example of the mini goal of a morning routine. When I have a morning routine that maximizes my energy in the morning, what happens is I have more energy to serve my family because I'm taking care of myself in the morning. I'm taking care of the things that I need to do in the morning. I have more energy to just meditate, to get into alignment with God. Find the ways that your mini goals too are in service, are getting you in flow, in alignment with God, that are serving others here on earth, okay? Number 3, daydream. See yourself in the future as if what you want has already happened. I want you to live in the daydream. So going back to the lake house example, what I do is I go in and I daydream about having retreats up there. I dream about this open floor plan where these 10 women who come to the retreat can easily connect while we're having breakfast in the morning or dinner at night, while we're looking out over the lake, maybe watching a sunset, while we're down on the grass that's overlooking the lake, and just the peace and the serenity that the lake brings. And that's bringing me into step 5. Step 5 is feel the emotion intensely. Feel the emotion to the maximum level that you can feel emotion. Feel the sense of gratitude when you sign for that lake house. Feel the sense of joy when you get to have people come over for a retreat for the purpose of healing, to bring healing into those women's lives. The point of all of this is that it is the daydream. It is feeling the emotion of living in the details of that daydream that bring you energetically to that place of being. Now, these are the 5 steps that you want to kind of think out, right? But then what I have them do is write gratitude letters as if it is the future and what they want has already been accomplished. So let's say that you're at work, you're working on a big project, but you feel like you're getting blocked. You feel like you have this fear energy coming in. What do? You sit down, and this applies to any goal that you have, okay? You sit down and you write, it is, and you're going to put a date in the future. Is it a week in the future when you have to get this done? Is it a month? Or is it 2 years from your goal time of when you need to have something accomplished by? Okay? So it is, put the future date. And then I want you to write, I am so grateful, joyous, happy, proud, excited, whatever the emotion is that you have, because this happened. And you're in the future as if it's already happened. So when I'm doing this for the lake house, I write down, it is July 2024. And I am freaking out. I am so beyond excited because we just signed on our first lake house. And I have my first retreat signed up for the women to be coming. I have 10 women signed up. It is going to be off the charts, totally amazing. There is so much healing. I can just feel the energy glowing and radiating. I feel so connected to you, God. I know that this is what you want for me. I know that you want me to have this lake house because through owning this lake house, I can serve hundreds and hundreds of women by having them up for these retreats. And then those women get the healing, the peace that they need, and they can take it back to their families to spread that peace, that love, that joy to their families, to their colleagues at work, to their friends. And through this lake house, God, I know that there is going to be a ripple effect that serves thousands and thousands of people and brings so much healing and light into this world. Thank you, God, so much for allowing us to sign on this lake house today. I am just so beyond grateful. I feel the joy in my heart. I feel it radiating throughout my entire being. I can't wait to just go get into my bathing suit and jump in that lake. This is one of the most amazing days of my entire life. I am so happy. I am so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you can see what I did there is I took the daydream, all of the details that I was living in, the feelings that I had. And what I do is I go in and I write those down in the future as if it's already happened. This is something that you can do very, very easily. You can do this. I know a lot of people do it every morning. They just wake up and they pick a date in the future and they say, today is blah, blah, blah. And I am doing this and I'm just so excited about it. And I can just feel the excitement radiating throughout my entire body. Thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Some people like to record these and listen to them on their phone so that they don't have to take time writing them every morning. That works too. If you have voice memos on your phone, you can do that very easily. Then while you're getting ready in the morning, all you have to do is listen to that voice memo recording of you talking as if you're in the future and what you want has happened. If you're like, wow, Julie, this sounds amazing. This is definitely something that I want to do. I just really don't have the time to do this. I actually work with my clients to help them with this. I call them individualized prayer sessions. And what we do is one of two things. If you have what you want to accomplish, and normally we work on 1 to 3 things, what we'll do is we'll go through in 1 hour and we will work on what are your goals. We will type out what this prayer is, and then we will record it so that you have it on your phone. Now, the cost for that is $150. It takes 1 hour of your time, but then you have it in 2 formats. You have it on your phone so that you can listen to it every day, and then you also have it written down where you could read it every day if you needed to. If you say, Julie, I'm really struggling, I really don't know where I'm at or what I want, then it would take about 2 sessions to go through. 1 to really talk about what your goals are and what you want to co-create in your future. And then the second session to go through and to write that together. If that's something that you're interested, I'm going to put the link right below in the show notes to the website page where you can find all of the details and book that session to create your own, what I call individualized co-creation prayer. This is your prayer for your future, what you want to co-create. You're listening to it every day or reading it every day, and that is helping you to build upon that invisible energetic pathway in the future that is getting you from where you are now to where you want to be. Again, you can do this yourself, but if you don't have time, if you want help with this, that is a service that I offer. Friends, I don't ask you to support this podcast through Patreon or through any membership program. What I ask is that if this podcast resonates with you, if you feel like you could use an angel reading or a Reiki healing, please book a session with me. I offer 25 and 55-minute sessions for both the angel readings and the Reiki healing. You can find that, and you can actually book right online. It's jancis.com, JANCIUS.com. Now, remember last week in Friday's episode, I told you to take something little, right? A little mini goal that you have so that you can see the power. I didn't want to give away too much there, but we're going to really call it the power of co-creation work in your life, okay? So I hope you got that goal. I hope you worked on it a little bit over the weekend. I still want you to see yourself as if that mini goal has been accomplished. You have done it. You're in the future as if it's already done, and feel the emotions of it. I want you to work on that because the angels are really going to be helping you to get to that point and to see that co-creation process in action so that you really feel the energy of it. And I hope you share your stories with me and let me know how that goes. You can do that over on Instagram at Angel Podcast or the same name over on Facebook. Thank you everyone for being with us today. Please know how worthy you are. Know how loved you are. Why does God, universe, source energy want you to have everything that resides in your heart, all of the desires of your heart? Because you are one droplet of the entire ocean that is God, universe, source. You are one droplet of all that is. And on a deeper level, when you're one droplet of it, you are of the same vibrational frequency of it. You're of the same. It's not like if you were a drop in the ocean, you're not separate from the ocean. You are one with the ocean, okay? And as a part of that ocean, the rest of it wants you to succeed, okay? God, universe, source energy wants you to have all of the desires of your heart. So use the co-creation tools that I have given you today to help you get where you're going. They say that we're all just pieces of the whole coming here to have our own individualized experience. And if that's true, of course they want you to have what's in your heart. If you're a musician, be a musician. If you're an artist, be an artist. If you are a person who is here to heal others, heal others. Just because you grew up in a way that said, you have to be this, or this to be successful doesn't mean it's true. You are an authentic, beautiful human being who has things within them, potential within them, skills within them. Use it. Use it to be all that you can be here. Use it to create the life for yourself that you know you are here to be living. And use it to bring the people behind you, the people who don't know the information that you know yet, use it to bring them forward. My friends, your angels love you so much. I love you so much. They are constantly surrounding you, guiding you, loving you, protecting you. They are always right there to help. Call on them. Ask them for the help that you need. Open up your heart to all of the unexpected blessings that are coming into your life. Expect miracles. Expect them to move mountains for you. You are so worthy. You are so deserving. I am sending you peace, bliss, and many, many blessings. Have a wonderful start to your week, my friends, and don't forget to leave 5 stars and share this podcast episode with a friend if it helped you, if you think it could help a friend or family member or someone you know. Much love to you.